All right, Shalom. Damn, I just went through the whole video without even realizing that I wasn't taping. All right, so yeah, I was reading recently, man. I seen a name that made me go back to a video I made a long time ago, more than a year ago. Here it is: Black Power Structure, Kings, International Bankers, and Popes. Okay, by Ben Praisen. Okay. And what I was reading, the name Fugger came up, and this guy's name is Fugger. But anyway, it made me go back and look. This guy's name is Wesler, but this is another guy. So when I went back and looked, I found some interesting things. This man Fugger, Jacob Fugger, the rich, was one of the first and richest men ever in history. And you see his image there, but if you go and look through the images, you'll find that he's a melanated man. And what did he do? What was he? I didn't know nothing about him. I was just looking at faces and faces and skin color back then, man, just to know who is who, you know. And that was interesting enough back then. But now, as we go a little deeper into everything, we find that this man Fugger was responsible for the institution of usury. And he lived in the 1500s. So, what's significant about all this? In the old days, people knew that the Bible was real. They didn't go by this baloney today about it's just a book and all. They knew, everyone knew that the events of the Bible took place. The people of the Bible were real people, and the laws passed down through Moses were to be followed. Okay, because they followed them up until this man's lifetime, 1500s. 1500s. Up until this man's lifetime, they did not institute usury. You're going to tell me there wasn't some rich fuck that said, I want to make money off of lending money to people. I don't believe you. But for some reason, the Most High's laws were kept in place until Fugger came along. Here's Fugger changed the world in profound ways. For instance, charging interest on loans or usury had long been considered a sin or against the law. Fugger was responsible for changing this. As to further his business, he wanted the church to expressly legalize interest. He conducted a full-on public relations campaign. Is that mind control? Is that not what they do today? Showing you images over and over. Oh, they're doing this, they're doing that, including setting up debates on the issue. Public debates, right? Is that comparable to a news broadcast today? And wrote an impassioned letter to Pope Leo. As a result, Leo issued a decree proclaiming that charging interest was usury only if the loan was made without labor, cost, or risk, which no loan ever really was. Leo's decree was a breakthrough for capitalism. Oh, I bet these greedy bastards. Steinmeier writes. Debt financing accelerated. The modern economy was underway. Okay? I went through the whole video. I think the Most High telling me to just make it a little bit shorter. That's enough about these guys. These guys are evil fucking men. And now this guy, Bartholomew Wetzler. Okay? Let's find this image. There he is, Bartholomew Wetzler. And it's going to say and show right here in this picture. Way back then it said, I didn't recognize it. Banquero de Carlos V. So he was a financier of the Holy Roman Empire, Emperor Charles V. And what we're going to see is that he made a settlement in South America. He was given rights to Venezuela by Charles V in exchange for all the money that he owed him. And here it is. The place was called Klein Venedig, right? And Klein Venedig, Little Venice, or Wesler land, was the most significant territory of the German colonization of the Americas from 1528 to 1546. And we already know that I made another video not too long ago about a German settlement in Texas, okay, in which the Wetzler banking and patrician family of the free imperial cities of Augsburg and Nuremberg obtained colonial rights in the province of Venezuela in return for debts owed by the Holy Roman Emperor Charles V, who was also King of Spain. In 1528, Charles V issued a charter by which the Weslers possessed the rights to explore, rule, and colonize the area, also with the motivation of searching for the legendary golden city of El Dorado. Okay, they sent some guys, they died. This man continued the exploration in the interior, and in his absence from the capital of the province, the crown of Spain claimed the right to appoint the governor. On Hutton's return to the capital in 1546, the governor had him and Bartholomew Wesler executed, and King Charles revoked Wesler's charter. Okay, so we got Germans in South America. Wesler transported to the colony German miners and 4,000 African slaves. African slaves, ha 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 ha. To work sugarcane plantations. Many of the German colonists died of tropical diseases or were attacked and killed during the frequent journeys deep into native territory in search of gold to steal. Bartholomew Wesler was the head of the banking firm of the Wesler brothers, who claimed descent from the Byzantine general Belisarius. They possessed great riches, and Bartholomew was created a prince of the empire and made privy councillor to the Emperor Charles V, to whom he lent large sums. For the repayment of the debts, the Emperor, also King of Spain, granted 1527 the newly discovered province of Venezuela. The Wesler were obligated to conquer the country at their own expenses, enlist only Spanish and Flemish troops. I'd love to go into this Flemish. I can understand why only Spanish. In other words, that's kind of code for only Catholics, just like the rest of, when they settled places, they brought Catholics in. I don't know, but it's definitely interesting that they would he's only allowed to use Spanish and Flemish troops. Fit out 2 expeditions of 4 vessels and built 2 cities and 3 forts within 2 years after taking possession. As Venezuela was reputed to contain gold mines, he later obtained permission to send out 150 German miners. Henrik Edinger and Hieronymus Saylor, either independently or as agents of the Weslers, negotiated the rights. So, surprise, surprise, these men turned out to be contemporaries of what I'm even studying now. We've been looking at the Portuguese and making their moves in Central and South America. And here we see the Germans were there as well. And then this man fugger and doing away with having usury outlawed. Imagine how many people were hurt by that. And so, anyway, just a little short video, and gonna say shalom. Thanks for watching.